So all in all, I think it's probably saved my farm. I probably would have been down the coast fishing and had the whole farm in blue gums if these didn't come along. Thanks very much.
I spoke to another couple of farmers who had put in a Carefree water conditioner, and we thought, well, it was worth it's definitely worth a go for the money we were going to pay. We had nothing to lose, and if it didn't make it any better, well, we had lost nothing. But if we picked up 10%, well, it was a huge turnaround. So we, on the basis of that, on the basis of talking to two other farmers who had one in, and they are having good results, so we thought, well, we put one in, and the turnaround was almost instant. Within about 10 days, you could see the crop change colour. Our water was softened up something incredible. It was almost like you could take a cake of soap and have a bath under it. It was so soft, it was unbelievable. When we were previously irrigating, prior to it, we were getting, after irrigation, you could see the white on the ground, the salt on the ground, and that's not uncommon. After the probably 10 days or so with using it, you couldn't see the salt on the ground after irrigation. It was just, yeah, it was absolutely turned it right around for us. Also, Mum was a bit miffed that we were buying something for the paddock, so we put one on the house stand for her on her roses, where roses are very sensitive to salt, and the leaves had around the edges, they're all burnt, looked like they'd been sort of sprayed with spray seed. And sure, since we put that on for the garden, her garden has actually, really turned around as well. The roses have gone from looking like they're about to die to, really something fantastic.
The main thing that we've noticed about the conditioner is, as soon as we put it on, which was in January, the biggest thing we noticed straight away was the amount of times less that we had to spray our crops. If anyone's aware, who grow broccoli or brassicas, we have a major problem with Platella, which is a diamondback moth in this area. Generally having to spray 2, sometimes 3 times a week. From the time we put that conditioner on, we basically stopped spraying. We had an agronomist who drove in the gate, and straight away, the question he asked me, he said, "What have you done to your crops? They're a lot greener than they normally are. Every time I drive past, they're always blue." He said, "What have you done?" So I explained it to him, and he asked me, "How does it work?" And I said, "Well, you're asking the wrong person. I have no idea how it works, just the fact that it does work." Yes, and I absolutely swear by these things. We've probably cut our waterings down, not a huge amount. We tend to just water basically every day anyway, but there's minimal salt built up on the surface from now on. End of the season, there is very little. There is a small amount, nowhere near what used to be there. So that tells me that this machine, however it's working, is doing the job. Other benefits, well, it's hard to say in that sense. The cost savings for spraying, for a start, I would say we would, the first year has well and truly paid for that machine with probably just chemicals. Having to spray diamondbacks every twice a week is very, very time consuming as well as expensive, as everyone realises. So that machine more than paid for itself in that first year. The product is so much better. The year before we put that machine on, we had a lot of seconds. We had a lot of yellowing. We had a fair bit of trouble with the broccoli, a bit of rot, things like that. The year that we put that machine on, from the January onwards when we started picking, from then on we just never had seconds, never had rot, never had yellowing. The health of the plants were visually so much better than they were before.
At the Queensland Agricultural College, the water supply is quite salty. Controlled comparative tests were carried out with conditioned and unconditioned water on plants that were considered unsaleable because of salt encrustation and leaf burn. These are the treated, and these are the untreated plants. As you can see, there is spectacular clean new growth from the conditioned water.